Okay, we have a game. This is an arena game. We're playing with Snake, D4Me, and Clifford Baines. We are we're playing D4Me, Clifford Baines, Snake Xer. We've got two Stronghold opening factions picked into a Stronghold opening game. There's only one power tile, so Swarmlings are not guaranteed a double dig here. That's kind of interesting. There's four good pass tiles. I kind of always like halflings, but red in the game, red is just an ugly color. Maybe we can do like a green brown type thing. Brown is probably best and safest for now. Leave green open. Yeah, okay. This is probably fine for now. We'll see if it's gray or green. I think I prefer green. It makes for a nicer color wheel than gray. Especially because giants are kind of a fragile faction, so having a color neighbor for giants is always makes the game like uglier. Snake really wanted to put fakirs in. Yeah, fakirs in the same game with giants is. I guess there's no shipping tiles, right? I pointed out that there's only one power tile, but probably like the flip side of that that's kind of notable is that um, that actually means that like if there's only one power tile, that means at least one of the shipping tiles is missing, and in this case, both of them are actually missing. Is my window a little wide? I think it's covering chat a little bit, theoretically. Just narrow it a little bit. All right. Gonna look for a green faction, I hope, but it could be gray. Good air color chords this game. We got alchemist, that's really nasty. Got three of the passing tile. I think Swarmlings is absolutely the best faction here. So the way I see it, like you're going to get a neighbor here. You're going to have either alchemists on E10 or G5. Like assuming you don't have G5 or whatever here, then you are going to get like neighbors in the east, so you can start G6. I don't think halflings are starting like E6, B2 or anything. They're always placing like one of their dwellings in the east. Alchemists might not place any of their dwellings in the east, but if they place even a single one, then you're very likely to be able to dig up to them. So I think Swarmlings G6 is pretty safe, and then probably the other one just goes H4. You get to place here last, so you can't get any weird stuff like people placing around here. This track is insanely good for Swarmlings. Obviously, that's why everyone's bidding on them, but just to recap, like this Stronghold event, or the round one Stronghold you're going to score. Round three, you can almost always get the big building if you prioritize it. None of these factions is a cult faction. Halflings can play culty, but and they probably, to be fair, they probably are putting priest to air. That's what I would probably do, or I guess you could also take the double spade, right? But depending on where alchemists place, they might not have the neighbor that they would want for that. Giants being the game also makes things really tough for alchemists, so that's another disadvantage. Snake goes on to Giants. Giants are probably pretty good here because no one should be fighting for e7 or e8, so they can very likely get like this town. Um, I'm thinking that halflings probably place e6 and therefore like f3 g2. Like g2 might be a contested hex, um, which is tougher for giants. You could start d4 g2. That probably wouldn't be terrible. Because there's no color neighbors in this game, I think that there's a fairly reasonable chance that d6, d7 stay for you. So you probably go double center here, and that makes halflings quite bad, unless you like double east or something. But double east is pretty iffy. Alchemists, like being in the game, they could take away one of your nice east spots, and swarmlings being in the game, they could take away like g5, right? They're not gonna like they play before you, so they're gonna definitely have some issues. Um, Giants like passing scoring tiles. Um, that is one of their big problems. Scoring is rather, and the track is pretty nice. Like this TP in round two seems to imply like, hey, I want you to build your temple for Earth One or whatever here. And if you can't do that, then that's fine as well. Yeah, halflings are going to struggle here, especially if it's double center giants. We should remember that. Now, double center giants still might leave you like f4 or e7, but it's very tricky to handle like that sort of loss up front. I still think that halflings are pretty viable here, but you need to find like spots to make it work. Whereas swarmlings are fairly effortless. I don't really see them struggling too much here. Um, I guess one thing is that alchemists might play c1, but then you can still go to like h2 and just have like a two dig town down here. Like h4 is fine if you think that you might get network aspirations here, which I think you might. So do alchemists start with a spade or do they start with the priest? A lot of like traditional knowledge says that the spade is better, but of course for alchemists, like you often want to increase your shipping early. It's not even obvious to me for halflings like which of these you want, and that makes it like reasonably likely for giants, I think, to get onto this big building tile, which I think is good news for them. So I guess that swarmlings might be with like they're gonna have priest, worker power, or the big building, and those are all very good. Part of the reason why I'm so eager to bet on swarmlings here is that um, the fourth pass tile is very good in this case. Even if you for some reason decide to like take this big like this cult step guy, it'll still give you one worker, and it'll help you get onto like the other pass tile that you want in like the next round or something. So I think that it's all very good news. Um, I remember like someone was talking recently about maybe air one in round one is a reasonable take. I think that that might be a good take in this game because then you can send the priest to air in round two. I assume that like halflings or something like take the priest and send it to air in round one. So round two, like as swarmlings, you might want to be the one sending that priest to air. Um, this bit on halflings makes it seem like they think that they're getting that priest to the air cult. Um, I think they got to be careful because like, well, if they're getting past the spade, then like if halflings take the priest and they get past the spade, that's still pretty good news, right? I think alchemists are quite bad here. Well, who's to say, right? I actually think that maybe they shouldn't be too scared of losing this hex, but they could definitely lose b3. Well, even then, like b3 doesn't seem that threat in this game, right? Yeah. In any case, I'm not sure that it's going to come back around to me. Like I think that e10 e5 is actually fairly safe this game. I guess giants will often take one of B4 and B5. That's, I guess, your biggest concern. But even if they do that, you'll still connect, I guess, even if they take B4 or B5. I guess it's really nasty if they take like all of these guys here for a town, which they could want, especially if they know that they're getting this A8 neighbor. But you can mess with them by like that's kind of asking for trouble because you can dig this hex to like yellow or something, or you can like beat them to this hex or something. I don't know. I do think Giants have a pretty decent game here. And I think that people are starting to see that Halfling's Priest to Air is probably going to happen. Maybe I'm wrong. Halflings are rapidly losing their value. I wonder how playable like an alchemist's open with a stronghold, open with a big building tile game plan is. You would need a 3 power priest and the 5 power priest, which is, even when I say it like that, as soon as I say it like that, it's like, that's probably not that great, right? Maybe just Temple Earth 1 is better, and then you grab D8 in round 1, and then buy the priest, maybe send it to fire, try to get onto a passing priest, and then grab these 2 hexes in round 2. Seems a little underwhelming. There's going to be so many grays and greens left on the board at the end. Yeah, agreed. Swarmlings probably aren't going to expand that much. I mean, like, this is the type of game, theoretically, where Swarmlings might want to play networky, right? I almost always default to 7 structure, but this might not be a terrible game for them to play networky, but it requires them to fight a lot, and fighting is very often unproductive. I think G6 H4 is probably where you want to place, right? That's probably where we want to place. And we're always going to get one of the spades, so we can just like grab H5 in round 1 or something. Discourage halflings from messing with us here. And then if that means that halflings get through like these hexes over here, then you just dig around for that, and you still have opportunities for a network town. For just opportunities for network, rather. I'm not even sure which hex I would most like there for or which pass tile I would most like for Swarmlings. As Giants, I'm probably taking this worker power, I guess. E3 could be a fun starting spot. Let's see if we get this G2 neighbor. Because D5 and E8 make for such easy shipping opportunities, I guess. For Bane's maybe thinking about going double east for halflings. He probably senses that there's some pressure on this G2, like that there's some double center pressure. That does make life fairly awkward for halflings. Yeah, they decide to start on F5. I guess with this, swarmlings, like, so the reason why I didn't list D2 as a possible starting spot is because it does kind of provide alchemists with this risk-free starting spot. Okay, so do we get this? I think this makes double center pretty good. Like, as soon as I get D5 or E7, I'll have free shipping lanes through here, right? So I think that this just feels pretty sensible. I can't, like, I guess I could go E3 to get like a neighbor from swarmlings, but the expansion there isn't that good, and I might be able to get to E3 anyway by digging these two hexes. So the plan is to just start here. I mean, this doesn't bother halflings particularly either. Oh shit, actually, wait, that was stupid. I think E3 or D6, D7 was best, because I am realizing that this probably was just a town waiting to happen. But whatever. Yeah. Because alchemists abandoned E5, now halflings have every reason to just take worker power. They'll just take E5 and G5. No, I guess, well, could be E5 and G4, I guess, or something. Maybe an F3, because I would like to get a town through here. Yeah, 2 red hexes, and then maybe I grab this and this, and then I get a neighbor on F3, and then I have lots of friends to make towns with. Yeah, I'm starting to think like maybe an F3. My digs early should be F3 and D5. And maybe I struggle to get up here, but then I dig like A10 and then get to A9 afterward. And then maybe there's a third town through here. Or like with some of these hexes here, maybe like these 3 hexes, these 4 hexes, and then actually I said these 3 hexes. Maybe it would be these 4 hexes. Getting to the east seems awkward. Why is it awkward? Don't I have D5? Who's placing D5? As soon as I like E7, E8, or like D5, I just immediately access these guys here, don't I? Or am I missing something? Okay, this is the worst outcome for me, I think. The priest is okay. Maybe the priest on the fire track is not a bad idea, right? Let's let swarmlings have this double spade. I think I'm fine with that. And also, swarmlings getting that priest, I think, is bad news. And are we glitching? I've noticed a lot of glitching during the income phase lately. Board Game Arena has been performing very, very poorly lately. Yeah, swarmlings can't afford to wait. They can afford to upgrade D2. If halflings occupy G5, then they can just immediately double spade H7. Okay, Like they just begin by taking a double spade. Makes plenty of sense. Um, the priest, I'm still the only one with a priest. So I can upgrade here pretty safely. I think that my priest is going onto the fire track. I think that others are more interested in air, but I like the fire track quite a bit. Um, yeah, I think halflings really want to secure e5, but they should get that quite safely. Snake is going to be very slow to be able to get that. This feeds me the leech that I need to take the workers action, or the workers action rather. Yeah, so I think that my round one dig probably goes to f4. I like f4 because that lets me temple here. Priest goes, that's expected. Yeah, Alchemist upgrading is the right move, because I actually don't think that they particularly want the priest. Like, two ship won't be that good for them, basically, is my thought. Alright, I think that I should secure these workers in case halflings do some double temple shenanigans. No one else has a priest, so I don't need to send this priest right now. And then my next move, I think, I can just send priest to fire. So all is good. Alchemists probably upgrade to stronghold, then advance their shipping, and then dig b2 with a single spade if they can, and then b3. I have to think that halflings want e5 most, but I could be wrong, you know? Didn't really expect that, but it's fine. Okay, they take fire 1. Oh wait, halflings have the regular spade. Okay, so that means that alchemist's chances of getting single spade onto these two hexes is very good. So that's good for Alex. Yeah, that means that Alex will be able to beat me to these hexes over here, which is fine. So I'm just counting digs here, right? So I want to dig twice here in the center, or twice for this town. So like d5, e8, or maybe e7, e8, and then over here I would like f3, i6, like i6 plus like one of these hexes here. And then, so this is a bridge town, this is a bridge town, and then maybe I can get this town up here without a bridge. That's 2 more digs. So I think that's like something like what the game plan looks like. The priest is still untaken, so doesn't matter though. I'm in no real rush to do anything here. Alright, halflings do grab the single spade, so this is pretty ugly for alchemists, as I see it at least. They do take the spade now, or the priest now. And they have a bunch of power left. Like, they have enough stuff to, like, hard dig if they want by converting to stuff, but I don't know if that's very good for them. But that's, like, the main way that they're going to get their dwelling income going, as far as I can tell. So, yeah, basically here, I don't love this. Like, I would prefer to dig f3, because I feel like that's annoying for halflings. Okay, no, they come here, so this is very good. Okay, so now the plan is, now I'm thinking maybe this becomes a sanctuary town, right? Just 3 hexes here. And then I can do like 3 hexes here, and then I can do 4 hexes here. Yeah, I think D5 is the way to go because that opens up like the fastest shipping lanes for when I need them. It's awkward because then I don't make an easy TP here. However, my goal really is to make a temple next round for Earth 1, right? So swarmlings are done, so they're going to pass onto the coins tiles. Maybe I get a coins action next round. I think I'd probably get a coins action next round. In any case, I don't need to take too long of a round. The spade is going to be left open. That's the one that I don't want. I probably try to get onto worker power then for the best like overall economy. Does it do me any good to like be a jerk and try to do this? I don't think it really does. Yeah. Ugh, what am I doing here? What is this? What I have just implied is that I think that this is fine. What I really want is to. So what I've done now is that I've said that I want to dig F4. I want these 4 hexes with a bridge, and I want either, yeah, because this town now doesn't have any neighbors, which is probably a mistake. Whoa, whoa. Alchemists just pass onto the spade. Okay, so Swarmling's got big building. Okay, so does it behoove us to try? So are Swarmlings gonna? Yeah, Swarmlings are gonna try to. No, I think we're okay. We're okay. Let's not panic. All right. What do we want this round? We want a coins action. We want a temple for Earth 1, which will be worth. We want a temple for Earth 1 and build it well. That's it. And then next round we want a sanctuary for Water 1, right? That's it. Nothing fancy. So we would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 coins for that, right? Or 10 coins. So a coins action gets us exactly what we need, and then we'll worry about these points after that. Can we afford to wait to worry for points? Like this gets us, we would need 4 more coins with this. We could burn for that. We also have a 3 action round, which is fairly fast. Which means we could get back here, but let's just do this. I think that this is a little easier. I feel pretty good about getting the coins here, because halflings are acting first. They can't take coins. Oh shit. Swarmlings can only take coins if they get a huge amount of leech, which would require, I guess if alchemists build this, followed by, and halflings upgrade here, or like dig here, then they do get that leech. In which case, I'm in trouble. Is the big midtown still a possibility? It is not, sadly. I made it, so here's where I think that I probably made an error, right? I think that I was supposed to not dig in the middle. I think to get the shipping with the midtown, no, I probably am supposed to do that. I'm just like, I don't know. I've got this silly notion in my head that I'm supposed to try to plan for 3 towns with this and like delay my towns, but probably shipping is just better, right? Because of this round. But I've kind of messed up my town planning. that Swarmlings missed out on an opportunity by not placing H4. It would have been fun, I think. Yeah, I think that the plan for shipping is just to advance it the normal way here. And I should have lots of hexes open to me to ship to in that round. So I'm not too concerned. Like I5, D6, D7, that stuff will all year round. Oh, this is great. We're going to get a little bit of leech, plus a little bit more. Swarmlings should not be able to make their sanctuary here, so I'm not going to get Earthworm blocked. Alchemist dug up instead of down. I guess like they're vaguely afraid of me coming across here, so that makes sense. I'm not going to worry too much about securing these hexes. I mean, Alchemist had a slow start worker-wise, but they're going to get a lot of workers here. Yeah, they're going to get A7 and A8 here, I think. They're going to build D8, then grab these workers, and then they're sitting on a spade. Yeah, they're fine. It was cool. They had a very slow, what looked like a slow beginning, but this double spade in round 2 is very helpful. And it's also aided a lot by the fact that everyone's got like low reach this game. Due to the color wheel and just where people started. So we probably think that halflings are going to take coins next round. I don't know. It's not clear that halflings want to take coins next round, is it? I guess it's pretty clear that swarmlings want to take coins next round. Never mind. Yeah, they're going to take coins. Oh, they need a dig. They don't have this dig coming in. So yeah, this is... I would have considered starting on the cult bump last round as swarmlings. But I mean, admittedly, they got this priest going. But like, sending the priest to air, and this is also why I would have definitely considered templing for air 1. I'm playing for 2 bridges. It's not too many or too dangerous. I mean, I'm a dangerous man. What can I say? But yes, I think that I didn't have to plan for 2 bridges here, right? But I unfortunately did. It might be sensible. Like, so we think about this, right? Like, we're not going to get the coins next round. So maybe we should just play one of our bridges this round now, right? I think that these hexes in the south are super safe. So maybe what I could do is I could bridge to C4, dig this, and then build D6 now. Halflings getting onto this big building tile is real nice, I think. Because it denies me and Snake, which both of us obviously want those workers. So yeah, we could bridge C4 now, right? And then just build C4. Alchemists, it's not clear what they want to pass on to. They might want to pass on to the priest because they don't have any temples, and they do need stuff to like advance their shipping or digging or whatever. They have the power to take a power spade, so they could really annoy me if I like tried to do any shenanigans to get up here. So that's probably not really worth it. I don't think it's great for our power management to be too clever. I'd say that our best move here is to just dig F4. So then I would need one more dig here, right? Then we have 4 digs left. We could do 1 dig here, and then like 2 digs on these hexes if I want a town through here. Or like 2 digs through these 2 hexes rather, right? This is the best town. So I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 more digs. I think that's pretty reasonable. Yep. Let's do that. And then just for power management purposes, we're not going to take the bridge this round. And we'll build here. I think we'll just build here. I think next round we do want to start bridging. But I can definitely see the case if anyone believes it that I should have built c4 d6 this round. Halflings pass. Alchemists, we'll see if they pass. There's definitely a case that they should just buy the workers and then build d8. I think that's a pretty reasonable case. They do sweat the workers as we thought they might. Okay. So this is pretty nice. We're going to be able to get onto this big building or this. So this tile is good for 2 big reasons, right? One reason is that it lets us sanctuary water 1, and it gets us like it's a good amount of coins, right? And coins is what we need. The other thing is that the cult bump gets us a worker. Alright, D for me is just waiting for this to load so that he can get his coins, as we all are. This was the cult spade. D4 me also notably burned down to just 5 power tokens. Now, swarmlings you don't, like, he took 2 spades in round 1. He only needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spades all game, so he's probably fine, but one awkward part about taking the coins is that he kind of needs to build a hex this round as well. It might actually be safer for him to take h7, I10, and then take like a coin town or something. Okay, he just takes that. So I think that swarmlings might be wasting one of their upgrades this round. Like he's going to sanctuary air 1, but then he won't be able to use his swarmlings action, which is a huge downside. He's also going to pass for 0 points. He did this as a block, but I think that was very bad. That was probably supposed to be the 2 this cult bump or these workers. I'm like, to me it seems like a clear misplay there, but I mean they could definitely prove me wrong, but I think that even if like they do wind up winning this game, that was a misplay. If the halflings, okay, the coins are gone. If halflings build G4, I'm probably just bridging C4 right away. Should it be C4? Or should it be I6? Yeah, I have lots of tempo versus alchemists, so I afford to be easy going there. This is kind of silly, but I wonder if there's a case for like triple digging this. There probably isn't, simply because alchemists can just respond very easily on F7, but They have so many workers. This is a pretty nice alchemist game, I have to say. I don't know what Halfling's plan is right now. If I were Halflings, I think I would have taken Earth 2 instead of Fire 1, especially because they didn't get a worker off of the Fire cult. Even Air 2 might have been interesting because Air 2 helps them get an easier spade. They have a chance at landing on this tile. They had a chance at landing on this tile for 2 spades, plus like, okay, they just build the sanctuary. Cool. I wonder if it shouldn't be for Fire 2, right? This should be for Water 1. There it is. Do we Water 1 here? Or do we just, I think we just priest to this cult, right? We've got lots of workers, so I'm not that concerned about chasing this reward. And I have a bump for another worker. I think what I just want is points. So this feels like points. We don't need a ton of, we're not expecting much power, but we need this. I'm not afraid of losing Water 1 because alchemists have no TP. What can we lose here? Can we lose the bridge? We could lose the bridge to halflings. It's fine. We'll deal with that risk. I guess alchemists also want a bridge, don't they? Maybe I should have thought about that harder. Yeah, because I need to sanctuary. Yeah, so probably the case for the not putting this priest in water was the fact that I could have just sanctuaried Water 1 or bought the bridge there instead, which are both of which are more important actions. So that was probably a mistake. Yeah. Because halflings 100% take a bridge here. And I think that Water 1 is probably more important than bridging myself. Oh, in fact, Earth 1 is still there? In that case, I really, really messed up. Because, well, alchemists are going to take Water 1 here. So maybe it wasn't that much of a mistake. So I know that I'm losing this hex to halflings. Yeah, alchemists are still going to score like 14 points off this Earth 1. Not bad. But yeah, I think I might get. Oh, next round's not the town round. Okay. So. Wow. So swarmlings. I see. Swarmlings are going to take a workers' town. That's what they're going to do here. They're going to build I-10, take the workers' town, or I guess take a workers' action. Oh wait, halflings. Halflings put priest to air instead of the bridge. Okay, I mean, I take this bridge every time, right? I especially like this because I think that, like, we expect alchemists to build B4. So this actually takes care of our neighbor's issue here. And then we just need one more bridge for I6 next round. or maybe more realistically the round after next round. Alchemists could secure a bridge here. They should take the TP pass tile. They take the priest because they need to advance their digging, which is all good. I need to advance my shipping next round, so it would be really nice if I could pass and get coins, but I have to imagine that this time halflings are going to pass and take coins, but I will get left with a very valuable pass tile, which is either the big building pass tile or the workers, or the dwellings VP pass tile. Both of those are very good for me. Yeah, I'm thinking that this is probably, yeah, they just take 2 key, which is, you have to high roll the 2 key town here as swarmlings. But if I were halflings, I'd be very tempted, very, very tempted. In fact, I don't think I could resist this temptation to take the workers there. They don't, which is fine. But they could have taken the workers and still gotten that priest to the cult. All right. Down convert. So swarmlings do get to Sanctuary Air 1. They're going to have the longest round, so I think that I am probably going to pass on to this big building tile. I don't think I'm passing on to this tile, which has some coins on it, because I'm just not going to have that many workers. I will cult bump air quite greatly, because I'm still going to get onto the same pass tile anyway. I'm realizing that I'm pretty tight on resources here. Like, I'm not sure if this ship advance is actually... Like, I have 0 coins, right? Do I want to squish the alchemist connection? I'm kind of hopeful that alchemists spend 6 power on a double dig here, but honestly, I don't think that I can really afford to kill the alchemist connection. Or I'm not convinced that it's that good for me to do so. I don't know if it's crazy for me to say that, but... Like, yeah, I could get into a fight with him, but that probably, if I take b4, that just results in alchemists digging reds, right? Is that good for me? Really? Alchemists bought the coins, okay. Can I afford a ship advance and to dig other hexes? The one thing I guess that's vaguely appealing is that I really need coins right now. So if I smash b5, right, then I get either a9 or d6, and then probably d6 actually. I just let alchemists like advance their digs before they get this guy. Well, alchemists get e8 e9, right? So they might not care that much if I take b5, or probably b4 rather. So b4, a9, I could take a coins town. And if I get a coin town, then I don't really have that much to advance my ship and get around, right? It's pretty tricky. Yeah, my coins are just way too crappy right now. Even a ship town doesn't do me that much, right? It would be like d6, d7. We can put some pressure on them with b5, right? Or b4 even. I really wanted them to hurry up and build b4, but now that they're not doing that, I think I might have to punish them a little bit. But it's not good. The other awkward part is that like I can't even have that fast around because I don't have anywhere to dig right now. I'm just gonna build this guy. I think I advance my ship and then I just dig I6, and then I pass onto the dwellings VP. I dig and build I6, right? And then I pass onto dwellings VP. I buy the bridge, and I make 2 towns. So yeah, I'm gonna play nice to alchemists. I might regret this. Alchemists have a lot of points coming in now, and I really thought that I was gonna make points this round, but like buying that bridge last round has obviously really hurt my coin economy. Really slow. I did not need to convert that many workers because I don't have to build I6, but I think I will simply because I've already done these conversions and it's 2 extra points and it's 1 extra worker. So we could treat it as 1 extra coin, right? Who knows if this town will actually crystallize? I think that it probably won't, just given how bad my econ looks. Also, hilariously, because I didn't take E8, I need like a ton of shipping to connect. I've made many, many mistakes this game. I blame it on just playing giants. They suck. Okay, we're done with the round. We'll pass for a boatload of points. And we will pass on to this dwelling VP tile, which will allow us to sink this bridge quite nicely. So I think that it's not the end of the world. Yeah, Alchemist getting Earth 1 was really nice here. If I were Swarmlings, I would have definitely denied Earth 1 in round 1. Or taken Air 2, Air 1, which would have been a little nicer for myself. But obviously Swarmlings are doing absolutely fine, so it's kind of a moot point. we're gonna get 2 free leech. We're gonna get alchemists here and halflings here. Bad news is that alchemists will probably build a TP as well, and I'm gonna waste 1 free leech. The other really bad news is that we're going to give up the coins action to swarmlings. I wonder if swarmlings should go for a 3rd town here. They probably shouldn't. And depressingly, I think we're taking a coin town here. The first one is almost certainly a coin town. The second one is either an 8-pointer or it's probably a coin town, right? Alchemists should build F7 here. Oh, they're going to slowly dig their way down here for one of their towns. Okay. Oh, this could be a 4-town alchemist game, I guess. They seem to have enough workers for it. They can buy these workers next. One here, one. I guess once I build A6, they'll have this neighbor, and then the sanctuary town over here. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think that it would go down that way, but it certainly looks like no one's really fighting for these hexes from alchemists at this point. And there's the last free leech. Alchemists, I guess once they build this, will they make a TP? They probably still will, right? Just buy the workers and make the TP. They're slow playing, so that they can get halflings tile, which I think halflings have a lot of reasons to just let them do it. Get a handful of coins, that's nice. Alright, so alchemists showed their hand, and they're not looking to make this bridge town. Are they? Are alchemists looking to make that bridge town? So I could high roll and take coins. If I take coins, then make a TP and then take the 8-point town, then I could still get the bridge afterward. But if alchemists bridge block me, then I'm pretty effed. They're going to give me unusable free leech. Sad times. It was a fast round, but I wasn't prepared because... gross. Okay, can I high roll these coins? It's so valuable if I can do it. It's just so valuable if I actually manage to do it. Alright, screw it. We'll see what alchemists want to do. They could block our town for sure, but they might not do it. They might want to try this 4-town strategy. And we also just badly need coins. We simply really badly need coins. We've needed them all game because we're not good at Terra Mystica. My ideal round, I think, is to take the 8-pointer, take the bridge, build this, and then take a ship town. Okay. We can. Oh wait, alchemists can't take the bridge right now. So they temple fire too. They take E3. Okay, so now they're in position to take a bridge, but this puts them well outside of the range of bridge territory for them. So that's definitely good news. All right, so we're taking the 8-pointer then. This leech situation is not great. Saying Madman, not good, Bob. Alright, alchemists need to make another TP. It's going to go on B4. I'm going to absorb every ounce of leech I can get. Swarmlings have advanced their digs fully. Is it fully? Yep, it's fully. They would love to pass on to the alchemist TP tile, but who knows when's that's going to happen. There's they decline leech, which I think is the right move. The Swarmlings are just going to take the 11-point town and try to get onto the alchemist pass tile as their final move, which all makes lots of sense. Alright, the high roll worked. It worked, everyone. We did it. Game over. Let's all go home. I guess the remaining question is, how serious are we about trying to make this town? Like, alchemists are trying for an ambitious 4-town game plan, but they could just pivot if they realize they're not getting 4 towns. They could just pivot and say, like, F it, we're just going to kill any, like, dig away your reds. Like, obviously this game has kind of had an implicit assumption that, like, I would be getting some decent network points, but they've already taken 1 red. And there are cult spades coming in that could hurt my chances at other reds, so we'll see what happens there. Secure this red. We're going to secure E2 next. Or E4, I guess. But I would say take E2. I would prefer to take E2 and force halflings to dig into you. Halflings getting a cheap TP is, I think, what they want. Actually, I'm not sure. Maybe E4 is just a little better. I'm probably wrong, as usual. I think E4 is what's actually better. And Swarmlings did indeed, I think, just take the 11-pointer. Yet that's good news for alchemists, who I think want these priest towns and worker towns. Okay, now that I look at it, that is better for halflings. They want to maintain a balanced economy, and making a TP actually would have made them a little too tall. Yeah, in fact, like, even with this, they want workers, not coins, right? Because they took fire 1. I already have 1 shipping. How did I not notice this? So what town do I want? And is it in jeopardy? Why don't I just secure this while I have the chance, right? We'll take this, we'll make the TP. So what's coming? What's coming is Temple Fire 2, followed by like a worker town and a priest town. It could be both priest towns, which would be a bit of a bummer. We would kind of like a priest town, but we even more want the shipping town, maybe? How many reds have we got left? We've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This one's a little far out of reach. And we got 2 digs, so that would leave us with 14 structures. All right, let's just make sure not all of them go away. Swarmlings are going to spend the rest of this round just digging really slowly, seeing if they can outlast alchemists in particular. I think I'm supposed to take. Ooh, that's annoying. But this does let them. All right, we need to figure out the town we're taking. I think that we want the shipping town, so that way we can get up here. Then I can smash A10, and then next round we'll see if I get these hexes or not. Oops. And whose tile am I going to get onto? Yeah, I'm not outlasting alchemists here, right? They have 2 turns left, and they can take however long they want. What's important for us is that we just do our normal thing. Yeah, this is the way. Now we'll do priest to worker. Be fine. Okay, now that I'm looking at it, realistically, there's no way we're getting this town, right? Like, our resources are just so poor right now. We will get 2 more points plus 6 more points. So we'll get 8 more points. So that's nice. We're pretty even with halflings on cults overall, I think. Whoa, that's an early pass. I didn't expect that. Would we ever pass for this pass tile and give up this spade? That would put us at only 13 structures. So we're never beating alchemists. Halflings have 1 natural hex left. They have lots of 1 dig hexes, but they would need to either spend a lot of workers or a lot on shipping to get everywhere. This is quite interesting. Is there a case for giving up these 3 points and possible network opportunities in the name of that pass tile? I'm kind of hoping that halflings take that out of my hands and just take it, and then I can just guilt free. Ooh, man, that's tough. That's tough. Alchemists have no incentive really. They can always wait for my pass tile. So, I guess the thing is halflings are guaranteed a pass tile. So if they want to send cult bumps, then they're welcome to do so. So I say I just high roll this. I'm fine just high rolling this. Because this is 3 points, and it's possible network opportunities versus halflings. I think that's probably just worth it. And it could be hilariously wrong to assume that, but I'm going to act as if it's true. Because if I'm not mistaken, Clifford probably prefers my pass tile to the big building pass tile. Like, building the stronghold is bad for halflings. Whereas building dwellings is strictly good because he has Earth 1. Yeah. Okay. I've made my thesis statement. Let's see what our halfling friends think about it. They could make this pass just to block me. I would not entirely blame them for doing it either, but they don't. And we're going to look into this. Yeah, we don't have nearly enough coins to go for a third town. I'm not sure if we can really afford any temples, but we'll see. Gotta think that alchemists probably just make it expensive TP here. Okay, I see. Halflings found something that was more valuable, which is sending priests to this cult, which that makes a lot of sense. Oh no. Why? Oh, I guess that makes sense. It's 5 points, but pass tile is 8 points and better economy. Well, that unfortunately really sucked for me. This is going to be worth a lot fewer points for me. This does confirm that I don't really want the big building pass tile, I guess, but let's see. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It would require 17 coins to make this town. So the math for that involves 2 TPs, 3 dwellings, and a temple. So that's never happening. So like, even if I got the coins action, I would be at 17. So I don't know if I can afford to make temples here. I think I have to just make TPs and dwellings. So yeah, I think halflings are going to beat us. Alchemists have 2 towns and an 8-point pass tile coming in, so they could beat us. They also have network on us, but they don't have much in terms of cults. We're going to need to defend our cult position pretty hard. So our round is really just going to be secure all of our reds. Yeah, our round looks like it's going to be securing reds mainly. Swarmlings will build 3 temples. They're going to win water, earth, and fire probably. Yeah, I didn't expect alchemists to block that pass tile. That was pretty unfortunate. How competitive are we with halflings on network? We might both end up with 4 structures. But building, like, as long as no one disrupts my reds, getting to 3 structures isn't too bad. I think halflings may struggle to get to 3. Especially since, as we said, like, they don't have any real network, or they don't really have any rounds left, and they have only 1 shipping so far. Like, if they take these hexes in the center to connect off 1 ship, that uses up all their workers. So now they need 3 ship. That's quite a lot of coins. Is it here? I don't really see what happened. Okay, they just took workers and coins respectively. Fine. Let's take this hex. Alchemists absolutely want me on A6, so I'm not going to worry about that one. I'm going to build A12 first, then put the TP on D7, and then go from there. This is a nice game to have temples late for alchemists because they built all their stuff. Like they just have leftover resources which they will use to just build temples. Like they don't have TPs or dwellings left, but they have temples left. Clifford might just be best off templing. Like as opposed to fighting me on network, he might be best off just making temples. That would also suit me quite well because, well, I was gonna say because then I could also focus on making temples, but me making temples doesn't really help because I'm on the TP pass tile. All right, here's temple air 1. I want 10 more coins, which I absolutely do not have. Well, we did say that this could happen. 12 points of temples for swarmlings would put them at 113, then 2 ship advances. Maybe we'll count a third one, would be 12 points of ship, 9 points of ship advances. That'll be like 122 plus 24 plus, that'd be 146 plus air 149. I'm gonna predict like 150-ish for swarmlings. I think that I think we're gonna see swarmlings buy this priest next. Let's keep pretending that we have a chance at making this third town. But I'm pretty sure I'm just going to build A6 next. If I had taken Fire 2 last round instead of building 2 TPs, then I guess this third town would be on the table, but I didn't. And that's okay. Wait a sec, do I need to advance my shipping again? I do, don't I? Unless I take E8. I needed to take E8 there instead of making that TP. Because I didn't have the stuff to. Oh, I can take G3 to connect. Never mind, I can take G3 to connect. So probably dig and build G3 as our next move. Because if we don't get this hex, then we're not connected anyway. We need to connect on 2 shipping here. Otherwise, it's all crap anyway. And halflings may want to defend. Halflings probably should defend water, right? Shouldn't they? Okay, we can leave one of these 2 hexes, so they can't take both. They can't take G3 and E8, can they? How expensive is taking G3 for halflings? Very, right? Yeah, if they take this, then they're done. This hex is cheap, but they can't take both. That'd be 6 workers. Oh, they're not that far. But the workers' action is gone. Yeah, alright, so I just take this then. Like, alchemists could just start getting annoyed and mess with this hex, so I'm just going to take it for now, and... Wait, shit. Okay. But I was very far off from ever... Yeah, let's undo that. I didn't realize just how far away I was from ever getting to 14 structures with my coin situation the way it was. So, in that case, I'm just supposed to take E8 now. Yeah, and then I'll just make the TP on A10 or D7 or something. Alright, and we're going to end the game with what, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish? Alchemists have 2 more temples to make, so they could beat us on 2 of these cults, but this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cult points, we hope. 18 endgame points total. It's not super convincing. 18 endgame points, plus we're going to get 3 more points here, so that's 133. Plus we'll pass for 8, so it's like low 140s. So swarmlings definitely have us beat. Them managing to squeeze out that air 1 was pretty big for them. We thought we would do a little better on these cults, but in the end, we never like invest quite enough effort. It's actually a hilarious number of workers for alchemists to build both of these. It's not insane for alchemists to decide to go for slightly fewer structures, but we'll see what they end up deciding on doing. So if they just fight cults instead, they might be better off. Alright, I'm going to offer alchemists a leech that they can't refuse. Or should I just give this to... halflings for very little effect? Halflings are probably about to temple Blood Earth 2, I have to think. Swarmlings can still take 2 more temples, yeah. I don't know, maybe they'll take this leech. No, they decline it quickly. Fine. Alchemists can just easily send 2 priests to Earth, so sending the priest to Earth doesn't make a ton of sense. Alright, so Swarmlings have exactly enough for 2 more temples, plus the priest to cult or advancing their ship. Yeah, okay, so Alchemists just sent priest to Earth. They will probably temple... No, I'm never getting any points there. see, where should our priest go? Halflings are done on fire. Alchemists could temple air 3. Does this make life any more annoying for anyone? Oh, it gets me a point. It gets me a point versus halflings. This has to be the play. Okay. So halflings will end with 12. What did halflings do? They connected? Shouldn't they just have templed water too? This dwelling, I think, made very little sense. Hey, Scooby, what's up? I played too tall as giants, or like I just played too greedy with scoring favors and passed, and like I don't know what else I did, but yeah, it wasn't all great. What was that? Who did that? Alchemists did that, or halflings did that? Okay, just to make a point. Okay, so halflings will pass with 1 point in hand. Did they temple? They did not. You think that you agree that halflings should have templed? Okay. I don't know if I missed something. Like it's possible that I missed something, of course. So halflings will pass, be at 131 with a resource point, and then they will have 12, 143, 144, plus 6 network 150. Okay. Oh, you're halflings. I see. Yeah, I think that you do have me though. Yeah, giants just suck, man. You're very competitive with swarmlings. I don't know how much Snake has here. I think that he's got. Snake probably has me. This might be a 4th place. Giants suck, man. You should never pay this many points to play giants. And swarmlings are just good. Yeah, I think that I had swarmlings computed with like a score of like 24 in the cults, but this will help them. That said, I think I also gave them extra ship advance compared to what they will have, so who knows? I'm just trying to figure out where I could have gone better here. Yeah, I'm not sure where I should have done better here. Pass earlier, I guess. Like focus less on getting these micro things and just pass earlier. Like maybe take an earlier coin town, right? Like that was definitely mentioned that I could have just taken a coin town earlier. I also think that maybe templing for fire 2 in the town round would have been good because then I'd have a better chance of getting a town out now. Like taking an 8-pointer was okay, but it didn't wind up being that good for me. So what is this? This is a 9-point town coming in for alchemists. They'll probably make like 1 temple then. I don't know if they'll make a temple again. They'll probably temple Earth 3, though they don't need to. They can just send 2 priests. So alchemists will get 2 more points for Earth 1, and then like a resource point and a 9-point town. Four more points for Earth 1 is 98. Let's say 2 resource points would be 100. This is 109. Passing for 12 is 121. Man, alchemists are going to beat me too. Yeah, I'm going to be 4th by like a total of 10 points. It's going to be a pretty close game in the end, but I think I'm going to lose by like. I'm going to be 4th by like 5 points, and I'm going to be behind 1st by like 10 points or so. And yeah, I think that you're probably just like 1 point behind that. I made a big mistake by placing G2, I think. Um, I think I was just supposed to place D7 because this I didn't realize that E5 was gone, so I thought that this would be a lot more painful for you. Um, and then I think that I was supposed to just cut down through here for a town. You think Temple for Water 2 was just an easy win? Yeah, because you got 2 points. You got 3 points from turning 4 points, I guess, right, for turning to digs. But you would have gotten 4 points plus 4 points with Water 2, or 4 points plus 3 points with Air 1 even, right? Ooh, Alchemist had 2 ship advances left. That's nice. Yeah, 8 point swing versus Swarmlings. So this is, alright, 116. You think the round 2 town probably secures me the third town? Yeah. Like, I wound up converting a lot of. Like, I was so coin short in the middle of the game. I probably should have just taken that shipping town. But I wanted to get Earth 1. And I mean, I did make a decent number of points off Earth 1 and Water 1. DX XT4 me, hey, congrats. I didn't agree with some of your decisions, but obviously it wound up working out. I'm pretty sure you had this. I haven't checked yet. Assuming you said that you still tie. Yeah, I think that I might have factored in like Alchemist passing us on the Earth Cult, so. So painful. Oh wait, do I have Alchemist? Okay, I have Alchemist by like a couple. I think I assumed that they like passed me and had like 2 resource points, but I do wind up staying like a couple points ahead of them. You cost yourself the outright win, yeah. Um, I think I was also just assuming that Swarmlings could get another ship advance in. This seems like somewhat lower than I expected, given that they won Water Cult. All right, I'm not too displeased with this. When did this BGA snafu start? I don't know, man, but it's been terrible. Um, I'm not too displeased with this performance, honestly. Like I would have much preferred to win, but I think that I put up a decent score with like a bad faction. Swirling's blocking the Earth Priest spell was not nice. Yeah, I don't know when it was, Skimmy, but I think I started noticing it like this last week, like at some point. Only 6 points behind if I don't pay for Giants, yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously Swarmlings were. We knew that Swarmlings were the best faction, right? Like that was clear. We knew that Alchemists were the worst faction, but I don't know. I mean, this might up being like a pretty solid scenario for Alchemists. They like getting a scoring favor after that opening was nice, and after an opening where they had no stuff at all, like they managed to get 4 towns and win network out of a sandwich. So I think that was nice. Maybe I could have put more pressure on Alchemist, but I think that I made the right move because they gave me a bunch of leech, and I still like beat them in the game overall. But maybe if I cut off Alchemist, then I win network and I get 6 more points and I can beat Swarmlings. But then I would have a worse game overall, so I'm not sure. I guess I guess the case for what's the case for trying to cut off Alchemists? Probably if I try to cut off Alchemists, I force they either they probably just inefficiently dig one of my things, so I don't think that I'm actually better off. Like the upside to it would have been that I could not worry about advancing my ship to 2 during that round, and then I could just like get around and like do other stuff, and then I wouldn't have had to like do all those awkward conversions. I could have passed, taken a coins action or something instead. But I think I had to like take this. like TP tile and stuff. So you would have smashed A9, right? Yeah, you would have. Would you have like just triple? You would have just triple dug it, like with workers. I was thinking like if I was gonna try to mess with your connection, I was thinking that I would take B5 instead. Um, but you would probably still triple dig A9, right? But I was considering taking this. Um, but like it just hurts us both, right? Like we were already third and fourth, so I didn't really see it being like that good of a move. You would have dug it to yellow. Yeah, that's pretty equivalent. It would have really hurt you, but I don't know if it really benefits me. I guess since I ended the game with an extra red anyway, then maybe it takes away just enough stuff that you can't fight me as hard on occults, and or I get 3 more network points. You're only fourth because I forced you to build 3 expensive TPs. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I probably should have started here, but I don't know if that helps me win the game. I probably my path to victory was, yeah. Why did I build G2? The answer is because I thought that like basically I didn't rethink things enough after the auction. My thought process was like, oh, G2 makes life really tough for halflings, so I shouldn't overpay for halflings. And then it's like, okay, so because halflings, I just figured were already going to be on E5, or I figured that you were going to be on E5, but I didn't readjust after you weren't on E5. Um, so that was a huge, huge difference in how I value the game. And yeah, I immediately thought like I should have just built D7 and then built like this town through here. But I had just forgotten to reevaluate things. So that was just definitely a mistake. And then I guess it's a no bridge town here, and then I don't have to worry about shipping early. And then I can make like a sanctuary town here or something plus this town. You should you have started E5? Maybe. Swarmlings getting 0 leech to start the game could have could have made their life like a little more difficult, maybe a fair amount more difficult. But instead they got like a decent amount of leech, like basically the leech that they needed, just enough leech that they needed to like jumpstart their game. You just never made any points. Yeah, I mean, like you made your decision to stronghold in round 1, right? So that made you like 30 points, um, plus that made you 5 points plus this is 9 points plus this is 30 points. So it made you 30 points, or it made you like 39 points by making the stronghold in round 1. And then you got 2 towns in round 4, which is, or in round 5, which is pretty good, right? Um, yeah. So that's where your points came from. First few rounds were rough. Yeah, and I think that if alchemists don't give you that leech, then they're even rougher, right? So I kind of think that there was some probably some logic to alchemists like not starting here or upgrading here or something. You don't know if you're supposed to force the 4 towns. Yeah, I mean, I think the answer is if you just temple Earth 3. Oh no, you don't have Earth 3. But if you temple Earth 2, right? Think about if you just temple Earth 2, make 1 TP, just win network. I don't know. I don't know. You would have upgraded E10, but someone didn't give you a neighbor. Yeah, that is true. I mean, again, like I do kind of regret that, right? Like, I think that I just like fell asleep at the wheel. I was so autopilot thinking that like E5 was gonna get built, and then therefore this was like a genius move, that I didn't clock like the change in mindset. Um, I don't know. I don't know how I was supposed to play this. Like, other than starting D7 and maybe trying to carve this town, I'm not sure what I could have done better. I guess like taking the earlier town. I guess there were lots of places. I don't know. Yeah, there are probably lots of places where I could have just done a little better. Margins, edges. take a quick look here. I feel like, what do we have? We did get 2 coins action, so it's not like we were completely wasted there. You think Earth 1, Water 1 looked weak? I mean, I basically figured my reds would stay, so I could afford that. The problem is that I didn't have any coins, so 3 scoring tiles in round 5 towns. Well, I mean, the thing is I made a bunch of points off of passing. I made a bunch of points off of here, and I made a bunch of points off of scoring tiles. So I really don't think that, like, Earth 1, basically, like, based off that logic, I'm not sure what Earth 1, Water 1 cost me, just based on scoring tiles, favor tiles, and bonus tiles, and town tiles, right? Like, so think about it this way, right? Like, if if I go for like fire 2 and try to make it 3 towns, like, basically what tile do you think, favor tiles do you think were better for me? Do you think I should have just skipped the sanctuary? That's an answer that maybe I could like accept, but then maybe fire 1 gives me 3 towns. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm just not sure how. Yeah, like, skipping the sanctuary might have been the move, especially after like the way that I placed my digs. Um, yeah, I am just not that convinced that I had that many better options. Because if I get 3 towns, right? Like, this water 1 was 12 points. A third town probably doesn't happen in this round. And then if I'm taking 3 towns, I'm probably building a temple in a non-temple round as well, right? So it doesn't really help me that much score on the track. I'm not sure. Like, maybe like fire 1 or something is better. Like 12 coins. I would pay 12 coins for 12 points, I guess. But then you get water 1, right? So then you probably just beat me. So is that really better for me? Like, does fire 1 put me ahead of swarmlings or halflings? And does you getting water 1 just put you ahead of me? Like, I feel like there's lots of things to think about there, and it's not that convincing that that would have been enough. You don't know if you had time for water 1. Would you have taken water 1 or earth 1? Out of curiosity. Like, if there was a time that the favorite tile was wrong, then maybe earth 1 was wrong for me, right? Yeah, you needed fire 2 for your towns in round 5. That's true, and you only took air 1 with this guy, right? Like, decide between earth 1 or water 1. I see. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I just don't, like, unless I get to 15 network, right? Like, maybe in round 2 I take fire 1 for my town, or I guess the other thing is, in reality, like, there was lots of things I could have done differently, right? I could have just planned my towns a little differently. I could have dug E7 instead, and then counted on halflings to dig this, get fire 2 at some point sooner, um, try to make this town sooner. Like, I don't know, something could have been a little different. Just basically plan for fewer bridges. Um, like, I guess if I had planned for like a sanctuary town here, right, instead, then I need 1 fewer bridge, and that's 3 more coins, and 3 coins could have been huge because I was doing so many work with the coin conversions this game. Um, but obviously, like, bidding giants down multiple victory points is always just kind of a bad idea because giants are like a weak faction, right? Swarmlings, like, if we normalize to 20, Swarmlings are 148. This would be 137. I'd have like 132, which is like, and Alchemist would be a 118. Like, 132 is about as good as you can really expect with giants anyway. Even in like a friendly color rule, because, like, yeah, you really want to challenge the cults. Yeah, I mean, I tried challenging the cults, but like halflings, I mean, like I did get second place on the fire cult, but like swarmlings were obviously always going to win that. I don't know how I could have fought the cults that much harder. Like I got the first priest onto the water cult. Um, I got the first priest onto the fire cult and got 4 points here. So round two key town. Maybe that works out. Yeah. Maybe that would have worked out. But then you can't build a temple, right? So if you can't build a temple, and then you still need a priest to advance your shipping, then like, are you really pushing the cults that hard? Especially with swarmlings, like still like swarmlings just get both 8 pointers then, right? And then I don't know, like maybe that does work out. Maybe that does work out better. Um, where did we not get points? We only paid 8 points in leech. We were low. Oh, we had decent end game scoring. Like we were on par with everyone else, including swarmlings, really. Um, we did the best on the bonus tiles, and we scored pretty well everywhere. Like where did we not make points? I guess everyone else like got points here and here. So like that's really where I'm just missing the most points. It's kind of crazy. And I guess I didn't take the highest VP towns. But I don't know. I feel like I'm just like not that far behind anyone on any of these areas, other than really here and here. So yeah, I mean, what can I say? Halflings are still good. Halflings are still good. Swarmlings are still good. Giants are still bad. And I didn't play it perfectly. So I think that's where we land. Um, maybe we were supposed to find another town. Um, it's probably about as much as I can say. So anyway, thanks for the games, everyone. Thanks for watching the stream and chatting. We'll see you all next time.